Alright, I want to briefly mention something that I forgot to mention in the previous video, but something that's very, very important when we're using this elevation equation, and that is how we write the variable x, or the parameter x. And from the last several videos, you know x is any distance from BVC to any point along this vertical curve, and in our example we were investigating this point P. Okay, so when we are writing this equation out, we have two terms that we really want to be careful with, and that is x and L. So if actually, and then we also have G, right? G is your grade. Besides your elevations, you want to look at x and you want to look at L and make sure they're in the correct units. In other words, if I were to write, if we were to study a problem similar to this and we said that, hey, let's put x in stations, well, L would also be in stations, but grade would be in percent. So if these two terms are in stations, make sure your grade is in percent. Alright, so if x and L are, you're inputting them as station numbers, make sure your grade is in percent. So for an example, if this point P was located at station 23, our x, or our x value, would just be 23. And let's say our grade was, I don't know, 2%. Okay? If that was 2%, then we would input these grades as a percent, so 2, right? So if x and L are in feet, if x is, let's say, instead of station 23, it's 2,300 feet from BVC, then make sure your grade is in decimal. In other words, if I said x was 2,300 feet, your grade, or your grade 1 in this case, would not be 2, it would be 0.02. Okay, so if x and L are in stations, make sure your grade is in percent. If x and L are in feet, make sure your grade is in decimal.